Hello and welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales. I'm Adrian, and today we're diving into yet another attempt by the British press to polish up King Charles's image, this time by calling him the true sportsman of the royal family because of polo. Yes, polo. But while the media gushes over Charles's past hobby, they completely sidestep the fact that Prince Harry has turned sport into a force for global change. So, let's break this down. King Charles is celebrated for his youthful athleticism, a symbol of tradition and privilege. His time on the polo field and at other sporting events reflected the expectations of royalty, grace, competition, and a connection to the past. Yet another story has quietly grown, one not of leisure but of service and healing. Prince Harry's journey with sport has been about more than personal achievement. It's been about using the power of the game to bring hope to those who need it most. Prince Harry has used sport to mend lives, not just to win games. Through the Invictus Games, he has given wounded veterans a platform to rediscover their strength, dignity, and sense of belonging. This is not about competition for glory, but about fighting despair and isolation. It's about building a community where every victory, no matter how small, is celebrated as a triumph of the human spirit. Let's peel back the layers and explore what it truly means to be a sportsman. Is it measured by personal achievement or by the lives changed through the power of the game? Perhaps it is both, or perhaps it is something even greater. By journey's end, we may discover a deeper meaning of sportsmanship for us all. Let's begin this exploration together and see what echoes remain from the sporting crown. First, let's consider King Charles. For decades, he was a fixture on the polo fields, a sport of kings demanding skill and daring. The media crafted his image, the action prince embodying British sporting ideals. Polo, exclusive and costly, confirmed his place in the upper echelons. It was a personal pursuit, a way to unwind and compete among peers. His victories and injuries were his own, shared with a privileged circle. Polo was a chapter in his life written for himself. It did not seek to change the world beyond the field. The benefits were personal: recreation, image and tradition. This is the foundation of the claim, Charles as the royal sportsman. But was it more than a pastime? Was it a mission or simply a reflection of privilege? Let's look deeper. Now let's turn to Prince Harry's story, a journey shaped by duty, adversity and a deep sense of purpose. Unlike many royals, Harry's connection to sport was forged not on manicured lawns or in royal stadiums, but in the crucible of war, amidst the dust and danger of Afghanistan. During his deployment, he witnessed firsthand the courage of his comrades and the devastating impact of war. He saw friends return home with life-altering wounds, both visible and invisible. For many, the greatest battle began after the battlefield, facing trauma, physical injuries, and the crushing weight of isolation. The struggle to find purpose and connection was immense. At the Warrior Games in the United States, Harry discovered something powerful. Sport could be a tool for recovery, a way to rebuild confidence and camaraderie, not just a form of recreation or competition. Inspired by this, he envisioned the Invictus Games, a global event that would celebrate the unconquered spirit of wounded warriors, proving they are defined by resilience, not by injury. Harry poured his heart and energy into creating a stage where these heroes could shine, where their stories of perseverance would inspire the world. The Games quickly became more than just a competition. They became a platform for healing, for forging new bonds, and for reclaiming hope. For Harry, this mission is deeply personal. He's there at the finish lines, sharing in the triumphs, comforting in moments of defeat, and celebrating every step of progress. Here, sport is a lifeline, a way to rediscover strength, purpose, and community. It's not just a hobby, but a vital part of recovery. The Invictus Games are about reclaiming lives, restoring dignity, and showing the world that true victory is measured in courage, not just medals. For Prince Harry, the Invictus Games are more than an event. They are his mission, his legacy, and his promise to those who have sacrificed so much. Through these games, he's helping to redefine sportsmanship, showing that the greatest victories are those of the human spirit. The Invictus Games' impact reaches far beyond medals. For competitors, the journey itself is transformative. restoring strength, identity and purpose. They become athletes again, not just patients or veterans. The sense of community is powerful medicine, fighting isolation and depression. The Games create a global family for those who sacrifice so much. For the public, Invictus changes perceptions, showing courage, resilience and redefining strength. Harry uses his platform to amplify these stories, not himself. Sport becomes a universal language, transcending borders and politics. The Games inspire similar movements worldwide and spark conversations about mental health and veterans' needs. This is not fleeting glory, it's a lasting legacy. Sport, when harnessed for good, becomes a force for healing. That is the true power of Harry's vision. Prince William, too, is involved in sport, most notably as president of the Football Association. He supports mental health initiatives and connects the monarchy to the nation's favourite game, but his role is that of a patron, not a creator. William presides over tradition, Harry built something new. The Invictus Games are inseparable from Harry's personal experience and vision. William's work is valuable, but Harry's is transformative. One supports an institution, the other creates a movement. Both have their place, but the scale and impact are different. When we talk about the family's true sportsman, this distinction matters. Today, the media frames King Charles as the ultimate royal sportsman, painting a picture of athletic prowess and noble tradition that has endured for decades. Headlines and glossy features often highlight his sporting legacy, especially his long-standing association with polo, a sport synonymous with aristocracy and royal prestige. These familiar images from his polo days are recycled time and again, reinforcing a narrative of regal athleticism and continuity. The public is reminded of a young Charles galloping across the field, embodying the grace and discipline expected of a future king. This nostalgia serves to bolster not just the king's personal image, but also the enduring strength of the monarchy itself. It's a carefully curated story that connects the present to a storied past, reassuring the public of stability and tradition. Meanwhile, Harry's groundbreaking achievements with the Invictus Games are often relegated to the background, mentioned briefly or overshadowed by royal protocol. His efforts to empower wounded veterans and create a global movement for recovery and resilience rarely receive the same spotlight. This selective storytelling shapes public opinion, favouring tradition over transformation. The media's focus on the familiar comforts of the past can make it difficult for new narratives to take hold, especially those that challenge the status quo. Yet, Harry's work represents a new kind of royalty, one that is hands-on, emotionally invested, and truly global in its reach. He's present on the ground, sharing in the triumphs and struggles of the athletes he supports. The Invictus Games challenge the old model of distant patronage, replacing it with direct involvement and genuine empathy. Here, sport becomes a vehicle for healing, connection, and hope. By downplaying Harry and elevating Charles, the media reinforces a controllable traditional image of royalty, one that is easier to manage and less likely to disrupt established expectations. This does a disservice not only to Harry, but also to the true power of sport as a force for change and inspiration. It overlooks the transformative impact that new approaches can have on real lives. Playing for personal enjoyment, as Charles once did, is not the same as building a global platform for healing and empowerment, as Harry has done with Invictus. One is a cherished memory, a snapshot of a bygone era. The other is a living legacy, growing and evolving with each new story of recovery and triumph. The truth is found not in polished photographs or nostalgic headlines, but in the lives changed and the hope restored through sport. That is the real story, one of transformation, resilience, and the enduring power of compassion in action. As we conclude, the truth is clear. Sportsmanship isn't about personal glory or trophies. It's about using sport to lift others, to heal, unite, and inspire. King Charles played polo, a noble pastime but a personal one. Prince Harry transformed pain into a global force for good. He built a sanctuary for the wounded, giving them new purpose. This is not a hobby, it's a legacy. The contrast is stark: sport as leisure versus sport as service. The Invictus Games' impact far outweighs memories of polo matches. True sportsmanship is measured by the lives you touch, not the crown you wear. That is the real victory. So when we hear that King Charles tops Harry and William in sportsmanship, let's not be fooled. True sportsmanship isn't about polo matches from the 1970s. It's about service, resilience and changing lives. And on that score, Prince Harry is in a league of his own. Thanks for tuning in to Meghan and Harry Tales. I'm Adrian. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss our breakdowns of the latest royal spin. And let me know in the comments, who do you think embodies real sportsmanship? Charles with his polo past or Harry with his Invictus Games legacy? Until next time, take care.